So, the New York Times just put out a long article talking about how the White House, meaning Trump and Elon Musk and JD Vance, plus the Heritage Foundation, aka the Project 2025 writers, want America to have more babies, aka white Americans who are Christian and straight. They want them to have more babies. Well, in this whole long article, there was nothing about providing women with more money, providing women with child care, or any of that. No, they were talking about giving a medal to mothers who had six or more babies. They were talking about giving scholarships to women, to parents that were having babies. They were also talking about classes that talked about menstrual cycles and that kind of thing. That's what they were talking about. Nothing that actually makes sense, like health care, child care, more money because it's expensive out there. Nothing for housing stipends, none of that. So the White House is talking about they want to have more babies, but they're talking nonsense because they're not talking dollars and cents. But like this picture says from Democracy Now, White House weighs policy proposals to increase birth rate. The proposals include National Medal of Motherhood for women who have six or more children, a policy with roots in Nazi Germany. Yesterday, or when I reported on that, I said Russia because Vladimir Putin did do this as well, but it does have roots in Nazi Germany. This government is not serious about raising the birth rate. If it was, it wouldn't be cutting programs like Meals on Wheels, SNAP benefits, free lunches, and now it's talking about cutting Head Start. They want to zero out Head Start. So many of the things that they are doing are anti-family, anti-mother, anti-children. They just do not like women and children, but they're like, let's have some babies. They do not want women to have babies because they want to cut all funds and everything it takes to raise children unless you are already a wealthy person. Like, I don't get what they're doing, but they are not doing anything that makes sense. They are the opposite of smart. They are dumb. Cutting Head Start would be devastating to the mothers that use it because they can now go back to work and the children that benefit from these programs. So this is an article from NPR. It says Head Start advocates brace for possibility of Trump eliminating funding. The Trump administration is considering eliminating funding for the Head Start program, which is dedicated to free early childcare services, a move that one advocate says would be catastrophic. This proposal does not reflect fiscal responsibility. It reflects a disinvestment in our future. Yasmina Vinci, the executive director of the National Head Start Association, said in a statement Thursday, eliminating funding for Head Start would be catastrophic. It would be a direct attack on the nation's most at-risk children, their well-being, and their family. USA Today cited an official familiar with the plan, and the Washington Post cited a document from the administration that outlines a rough budget for the Department of Health and Human Services over the next fiscal year. In it, Head Start's funding goes to zero. While NPR has obtained a copy of the document, it has not yet been able to verify its authenticity. NPR has reached out to the White House for comment, but did not immediately hear back. Head Start is an early program founded in 1965 that sits under the umbrella of the Department of Human and Health Services. The organization provides free services for parents and children up to the age of 5, including health screenings, meals and snacks, and a financial literacy curriculum. In fiscal year 2022, Head Start received funds to serve more than 800,000 families. Kyla Householder has worked at Head Start in West Virginia for the past 12 years. She makes house visits each week to a dozen families who have children ranging from newborns to 3-year-olds. Many of the families that I work with are devastated and they're asking questions. They're concerned of what this is going to mean for the services that they're receiving currently. Householder says she began bracing herself for the axe to come down on the organization in January after the election. I was very nervous and already had some suspicion that this may come up, so I was definitely still shocked, frightened, nervous, she said. Not only do I love my job, I have a passion to give back and help people break cycles and learn how to hopefully have long-term fixes instead of just quick fixes, but the families, they need these programs. She has been encouraging people on social media to call their local congressional representatives to express their concerns and sign a petition NHSA has been circulating. Head Start was spearheaded by Sergeant Shriver, the brother in law of President John F. Kennedy, as part of the President's Lyndon B. Johnson anti poverty programs. Shriver's daughter, journalist Maria Shriver, condemned the budget proposal on X, writing, "My dad started Head Start. Head Start has changed the lives of millions of families. Head Start's work is vital to children and working families today. This is a potential disaster. Let's not let this happen." So she's writing this on X. But the thing is, this will be a disaster to working families, but not just working families, working mothers. This is a direct attack on working mothers, which Project 2025 simply wants women back in the household. I guess they're just really tired of these women having too much independence and being able to go off to work and make their own money. This is a way to put women back in the home, but how are they supposed to survive and make money for the household? Because in this current climate, and this is what I was talking about in the beginning, in this current climate, you do need two incomes. Life is too expensive. The cost of goods have not gone down. The cost of groceries have not come down, but they want to axe this program that allows mothers to go back to work. Several Democratic politicians also took issue with the idea. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent who caucuses with the Democrats, said on X, "No, Mr. Trump, we will not allow you to pay for tax breaks to billionaires by eliminating Head Start, which provides early education to over 800,000 children. Your budget proposal is morally obscene. It must be defeated." Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers said, "The Trump administration is once again going back on their word, and now Head Start programs that more than 10,000 kids and their families across our state depend on are at risk. I will fight any action that messes with our kids and families." Head Start programs provide essential childcare to hundreds of thousands of families in our most vulnerable communities across our country, Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono said. "Early childhood education, developmental screenings, meals, healthcare, cut, all thanks to Trump." So coming back to this, like I said early on, if they really want children, if they really want mothers to have more babies, how is cutting out programs going to help that? I know that they want a certain kind of mother having babies, and I guess working mothers are not the kind of mothers that they want to have more babies. But like I said earlier, in this economy, who can really provide for a family without two incomes coming in? So this is really going to impact lots and lots of families. Join the conversation. Tell me what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.